Hello, I'm PS3 and this is Seed Sunday, the weekly series I run on my channel where I show you Seed's Minecraft console edition, which are particularly interesting and worth checking out in some way. And this week's Seed definitely fills both those criteria because it is a seed made up entirely of jungle. That's right, 100% of this seed is covered in jungle, which is something we just would not have seen ever before Title Update 4. It just wasn't possible, but now because of the large biome size, you can not only find a world which is the challenge of an entire, this is a rare biome, it's not a biome you find all the time, but it covers the entire world, which is quite a challenge by itself, but it also has not just one jungle temple, not just two jungle temples, 12 jungle temples on one seed. Previously, before this update, finding 2 on the seed when it had mostly jungle was pretty rare and pretty hard to find, but now it has 12 jungle temples, which is so nuts, I just had to share it with you all in today's video. So hopefully you all do enjoy seeing it. You can like the video if you do, because it helps out the channel and lets us know you do like Seed Sunday. But with that said, let's get straight into talking about what this seed really offers, because again, if you type in the seed, which is going to be on screen right now, that big number, and you put the large biome size on, then you'll spawn with just an entire world filled with jungle. So this actually has some upsides and some downsides. The downsides, of course, you don't get biome diversity, you don't get a lot of different stuff, but the upside is just your entire world is covered in these jungle trees. It's covered in the challenge of trying to traverse it. Like you might like jungle trees, they've got the most wood. It's covered in this giant fire hazard, which is an interesting one on top of that. But most interestingly, that you might enjoy is it's covered in both jungle temples and parrots, 2 things you might want to see lots of. So yeah, if those are things you want to see lots of, then there's 2 found pretty close to spawn. One is just to the west a little bit, found over here. There's actually 3 or 4 close to spawn, but this is one that's quite close over here. And then just the north of this one, again, very close to each other, there is a second jungle temple. So I want to check the map each time to prove that these are different ones. Again, you might doubt it that there really is 12 different ones, because I was doubting it so much, I was like making sure that each one really was unique, but it really is the case. So yeah, like I said, you can go inside each one of these, and they will contain 2 chests filled with loot. They'll contain one of the only natural sources of redstone in the game, i.e. not redstone dust, or redstone ore I should say, but literal redstone dust, like you can find redstone there, as well as tripwires and dispensers, and it's really cool that you can find that stuff for free, but also you can find stuff like emeralds, you can find stuff like iron, you can find gold, you can find diamonds, you can find all this stuff naturally generated in both the chests, one over there and one over here. Again, most of you are probably familiar with jungle temples, but if you've never watched Seed Sunday, or you just, haven't been lucky enough to find one of these seeds, jungle temples were so rare before this update that being able to explore 12 of them is just a little bit of a treat. So yeah, there's 2 I've shown off already, and there's a third one even closer to spawn. This third one, you just gotta keep in mind though, even though it's closer to spawn, it's like I said, it's closer to spawn, but it's the opposite direction, so you're going to be heading in the direction of the other ones, which you might not want. Again, the closest 2 are closer to each other, but this one's closer to the spawn, so maybe if you want to just get to a jungle temple and check it out, this is the one for you. So yeah, we can break our way through here. Again, there's actually an entrance at the front of each one of these, but I like to go around the back sometimes or break in, and yeah, same thing, dispensers, same thing with the puzzle over here. The puzzle, I always forget it, but I think it's like up, 1 down, and that like that, and that actually opens up the chest, but I always mess it up, so if you want to just be easier than that, all you have to do is be like this, and you can see there is some gold. So yeah, like I said, you just have to set up the redstone a particular way, and there's like a piston puzzle to solve. It's not actually too hard, but again, you have to remember the piston level thing, which I don't have in my head right now. So that is the 3rd one right here. The 4th one is found just a bit to the north, kind of east of this. So it's found just over here, as you can see. This one is kind of great because it's like got a tree going right through it. Again, you got to bear in mind, when there's this much jungle, a lot of them are going to get combined with the trees and the various structures. So if you want to see a jungle tree going literally through a jungle temple, then this one's for you. But if you don't, then good news, we've still got 8 more to go, because if we go to the south east, then you'll find there is a 5th one just over here, also with a tree coming out of it, and even better than that, it has melons on the side of it, just over there, but also out in front of it. So melons, cocoa beans, just all the good stuff you need is found all over the place right here, which is pretty good if you ask me, but that's not all. We've got 7 more to go, because that's just number 5. Number 6 is found right over here, pretty close to the edge of the world actually. You get a pretty nice view from there, and also we got our first view of some parrots, the red one and the grey one. I mean, obviously that's random, but still, it's nice to see for the first time, and yeah, you can look around this place, you can see the ways in, you can see the windows, you can just see all the good stuff going on with these jungle temples, which I do quite like. So yeah, this is jungle temple number 6, but let's move on to number 7. Again, we could show off the loot from each one of these, but it's going to vary from platform to platform, so just check them out yourself, go through, raid each of them, and by the end you'll have just so many piles of like gold, so many piles of iron, some diamonds, some enchanted books, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, here's number 7, as you can see, kind of found just loose in the jungle. Again, surrounded by trees, you do have to chop down at least a couple of trees if you want to get near this thing, which is at least slightly interesting. And then if we go further up to the north, then we'll find an 8th one, if I'm not mistaken, at the very edge of the world, this time literally at the edge. And the great thing about this one, in my opinion, is the fact that if we actually, again, like if you actually look at it, you can see there's an easy way in that doesn't require you to chop down stuff. It's above the water, and it's almost floating in a way. Like, this really shouldn't be in the jungle, but it is at the same time, which is interesting to say the least. So, yeah, also, I want to just do one thing right now. I'm going to light a fire now, because, again, you got to bear in mind, this entire world is a fire hazard. If we light a, tree on fire, like maybe in a couple of places, we'll come back later and we'll see how much damage has been done in the next, like, let's say 3 or 4 minutes. Because I'm trying to be as fast as I can, showing off 12 jungle temples, but to prove they're all in unique locations and to show that they are, in fact, different, it does take a bit more time. So, yeah, now the next one is found between 2 rivers, if I'm not mistaken. If we just go over to here, you can see there's a bunch of rivers all over the place, and then there's also, that's the one from before. Sorry, it's found between these 2 rivers right here. As you can see, there's a river which leads just over to here. And then between this river and the one to the north of it, there's this jungle temple right here, number 9. So yeah, number 9, as you can see, very different to the ones before. It's got a yellow flower on it somehow. That shouldn't be possible to get yellow flower on concrete, on cobblestone, but it is possible. So if you want to, or it is there at least. So if you want to have a slightly glitchy thing, that's a thing you've got going on. And then also, if we head to the north even further, again, like it's kind of like in another like edge one, we've got an even better jungle temple at the very edge of the world, because this one is facing the world, so you don't even have to go anywhere, and also it's entirely floating above the water. It's almost cut off by the edge of the world. Like, this last block is gettable too, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, if you ever wanted to have a jungle temple which is unbreakable at least past a certain block, then this is the one for you. If you want to break this wall, you can't. It just exists there. You can blow it up if you really want to, but that's a thing. But yeah, then we've got this one again, same kind of puzzle thing going on, same kind of loot. We'll show this one just because we're here anyway. Gold, emeralds, pretty good stuff. And then behind here, we've also got, as you can see, again, this is meant to be redstone, but you've also got a bunch of bones in that chest. Everyone's favorite chest. I love bones. So yeah, let's move on from 10. Because we've got 2 more to show off, which are both actually interestingly found on the very corner of the map. So yeah, finding jungle temples in this world was quite a challenge, but if we go to the very corner of the map over here, then we'll find that there isn't just 10, there is actually 11 and 12, which again, they're in really interesting places right at the corner. Like, it seems like we had 5 of these now out of a total of 12 found in the corners here, so maybe that's something to do with the new Minecraft console rendering, but it means that you can find jungle temples even in unlikely places, like just in front of me over here. As you can see, this is number 11, again, pretty much at the edge of the world. And then also, as well as number 11, I just want to show it off so we can prove there is 12. Here is jungle temple number 12. If you check the coordinates back, if you look at each one of them, they've all been different. I know it's hard to distinguish 12, but that is 12 jungle temples on one seed, which in my opinion is one of the best things about this update. The fact that if you get lucky, you can find so many of these things. It's really the console playing to its strengths. Like, the console has a limited size world, so what if we made all this stuff spawn more frequently? Because before this update, like, you just didn't find ocean monuments, you just didn't find jungle temples, you didn't find, you wouldn't have found wooded mansions, but because they made everything way more frequent, they made it so that, yeah, if you want to find 12, it's possible. If you want to find more than 12, that might be possible too. It seems like 12 might be a hard limit on the number of a thing, of a thing per seed, because that's twice now we found 12 something. But, I'd be welcome to anyone prove me wrong with 13 ocean monuments or 13 jungle temples. But for now, though, this is a crazy seed. So many of these temples. Again, here's the one back from spawn, and it's a pretty amazing seed worth checking out, because this seed is so covered in jungles that the furthest point away from jungles you can be is found just to the north up here. So if you follow this river to its like natural conclusion, like through the woods here, then there's the furthest point you can be from a jungle tree and not be near one is actually this little lake found to the north up here. So from the middle of this lake, again, it's near a jungle temple by the way. From the middle of this lake, as you can see, we've got maybe like 50 blocks, maybe even not in that, like 35, 40 blocks between us and all the other stuff, and this is the furthest away we can get from jungle trees, which is amazing if you ask me. Again, this makes it more of a challenge seed than a realistic survival seed, because if you want oak wood, you can't get it. If you want birch wood, you can't get it, without expanding the world at least, but I really do love that this exists in this way, and yeah, this is a thing like that. So one more thing I want to check out, because this entire world is a fire hazard, like I said. Let's see how fast it burns if you accidentally light one tree. So it hasn't actually been rendering this whole time, so it might have nothing happened, like, oh, it looks like that is the case, in fact. Yeah, so it looks like nothing has happened here, in fact, besides, like, one tree burned down. But the fact that it spreads so fast from tree to tree to tree means all... Oh, no, it is spreading, just not very much at all. But this means that all it takes is you watch this for, like, a few minutes, and the whole world would burn down. A part of me, in fact, really wants to see, like, a time-lapse of an entire Minecraft world burning, but that's a thing you get right here. So, yeah, entire classic world-sized jungle, giant fire hazard, maybe for a video, 12 jungle temples, crazy seed in general. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope some of you you are inspired by this. Remember to like the video if you do like it, because it helps out the channel a lot. Let us know you do like Seed Sunday. Again, Seed Sunday has not been doing too great recently, but I'd like to see that change. And if you'd like would as well, then liking the video is a great way, sharing if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos and seeds like this one every single, well, I make Seed Sunday every single week, but I make videos like this one every single day on my channel. And if you subscribe and hit the bell, because otherwise you won't see notifications, you'll see them daily on your homepage. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you bell me, and have a nice day, everybody. Goodbye.